another failed rescue attempt. As an ocean conservationist, scuba diving instructor for 12 years, anytime I have the opportunity to help any wildlife, whether it's marine life or non-marine life, I jump into the action. However, not all of these stories end up being having positive outcomes. Last year, I tried to rescue a humpback whale and failed. There's a whole video about it. But that just made me think that I should probably share with you my other fail stories as well as some successes. So this particular fail story happened in Karratha when we were out diving, just free diving, hanging around, seeing what we could see. I don't remember what we did see on this particular day, but I got a phone call from one of my friends that said, hey, there is a turtle that is floating on the surface and cannot descend. What should we do? So the first thing in that case is turtles can be stuck floating on the surface. It's called turtle floating syndrome, but this can occur if they have ingested a lot of plastic. The plastic has moved into their stomach. While it's trying to digest the plastic, there's a lot of methane and other emissions occurring in the body of the turtle. The gases are trapped underneath the shell of the turtle, and that causes the turtle to float and get stuck on the surface. When it's stuck on the surface, obviously it can breathe, which is great, but it cannot dive down to feed or to avoid predators. So in a lot of cases, it will get eaten by tiger sharks, or it will simply starve to death. Which is a good reminder of why you should get the plastic is the killer mask strap to protect your hair. Yeah. Or the other pink one. But yeah, it's a killer whale that says plastic is the killer, and we donate 10% to Reef Restoration. Get yours now. So if you do find a floating turtle that you notice is struggling to descend down, what you need to do is contact your local animal rescue, put it into Eye on the Reef. In Australia, we have a lot of marine rescue operations. My friend called me, the GPS units of it, and then we headed over to the spot. Once we reached the spot, we could see indeed this turtle was struggling to descend, and it was unable to descend. Sometimes turtles spend a bit more time breathing on the surface. So yeah, you want to wait a couple minutes, to see if it's really just breathing or struggling to descend. What we decided, therefore, we called the help and rescue in Dampier at that point, and they said, can you bring the turtle to us? So they told us to try and get it out of the water into one of our boats, and then to bring it to land where hopefully a vet could have a look at it and potentially could be transported to a turtle rehabilitation center. I believe the closest one from there would have been the aquarium in Shark Bay, which is a fantastic aquarium for marine ocean creatures. Highly recommend you check it out if you're ever there. So we did just that. We got the two boats together, so we got all the strong young individuals from the two boats to try and get this massive turtle out of the water. It was a male, about 50 years old potentially. He was really huge, and we had someone jump into the water, try and push him up while the rest of us pulled him onto the boat. We had a paramedic on board, and what we noticed after pulling the turtle out onto the boat is that it had a hole in its shell. So the issue with this, of course, there was some sort of physical damage. It could have been from a prop, or it could have been from a spear gun. You just don't know. Some people shoot turtles. Yay. Our worry was immediately, oh no, what if it punctured something vital inside the turtle? What the paramedic on board did was cover the hole in cling film or some plastic to try and keep the wound as sterile as possible without having more stuff going in there. But what we noticed is the actual plastic that we covered the turtle shell in was going up and down. So this kind of suggested to us that potentially had punctured a lung, because as the turtle was breathing, that plastic was going up and down. We brought the turtle back to land. We passed it on to the wildlife rescue people in Dampier, who then took it to the vet. And then unfortunately, we got a phone call that they had to put the turtle down, that it was a punctured lung and there was nothing they could do to fix it. We started thinking about it, and we were like, we should have probably just left the turtle out on the water, rejoin the natural cycle of what is happening in our ocean rather than extract it, put it through the stress of taking it to a vet, where then they ended up putting it down and, I don't know, put it in the landfill. Like, I don't know what they do with dead turtles. But yeah, it doesn't mean we shouldn't be trying to protect wildlife out there.